Thank you for turning to page 121. Today we're going to jump into volume 3 of the Encyclopedia Magica, and we're going to look at an item that appeared in Dragon Magazine number 82, and this will be a ring of jolting. What is a ring of jolting? Well, I'll tell you, and it's a really powerful item. I only ever remember giving one of these out, and that was at an open table event I was doing that hobby store I used to run demos for. So the experience point value is 1,000, 5,000 gold piece value from Dragon Magazine 82. At a word of command, the wearer of this ring can cast a beam of energy out to 100 feet at any single target. The energy beam does not cause physical damage, but stuns the target for 3d4 rounds. When stunned, a target can only perform self-defense and gains no initiative to execute any actions. No psionic or magical powers may be used by the stunned character or creature during this time. If a saving throw versus paralyzation is made, the victim is only stunned for 1d4 rounds. Wow! This is a really powerful magic item. It doesn't seem like it, but it really is. So at the word of command, it goes out to 100 feet any single target. The beam doesn't cause physical damage. Stuns for 3d4 rounds. That's 3 to 12 minutes in AD&D. That is huge. When stunned, can only perform self-defense. I disagree with that. If you're stunned, you're stunned. So self-defense in this case would be he'd still get his shield to defense, maybe his dexterity to defense, although I wouldn't give it. So you can kind of throw the shield up and try to block the blow or something like that. I wouldn't give that, but that's what the spell says. When stunned, a target can perform self-defense and gains no initiative to execute any actions. No psionic or magical powers may be used by the stunned character or creature, and the saving throw gets you down to 1 to 4 minutes. Think of that. In D&D, if you even have a creature that's stunned for 1 round, you can end up with a catastrophic encounter for what you're trying to accomplish, depending on what you're doing. Your big bad evil guy is up there. He gets hit by this ring of jolting at 100 feet. He makes a saving throw. He's still stunned for 1d4 rounds. The rest of the party rushing up on him. Big bad evil is going to have a really big bad evil day. He's not going to do well. The other thing is, this doesn't talk about how many times a day you can use it. The one I gave, as I said, it was a one-shot, and it was somebody that I ended up never playing with again. And I kind of knew that. It was a prefab character I had given out, and he sat down and played. And during the course of the game, I gave this out, and he used it once or twice, and it was way overpowered. And the other thing is, it doesn't say how many times a day you can do this, or if this thing's on charges. I would do one or both. If it was how many times a day, I would let this be a one-a-day thing. It's really, really powerful, so I'd make the player be selective with it. If it was on charges, the max number of charges I would give would be 25. Usually what you can charge a ring to anyway. I would not let a player walk around and reshape my entire campaign based on one 1,000 experience point value magic item. It's just my opinion. I like this thing. I was reading it when I was looking over ideas for using in various games, and I thought, hey, I can talk about this a little bit on the channel because this is something I wouldn't give out. If you give this guy out, be ready. This can literally change your entire campaign, especially if you give it out as written with no limits. He can walk around stunning everything. One target, but if he picks the biggest target each time, the party's really going to prosper. Definitely something to think about, and especially considering that even a successful save leaves him stunned 1 to 4 rounds. It can be a game changer. Like I said, I've given out one of these. I saw it used through the course of the rest of that adventure. It was about a 4-hour adventure that I ran, and he used it pretty well. He only used it twice while we were actually playing, and I ended up with the character back because this is a guy that had played some D&D, but he hadn't played in a while, and he wanted to sit down and enjoy this. This would have been in the late 90s, and he had fun, but he gave me the character back and said, okay, I'm good. So obviously he wasn't too attached to it. But be very, very careful. If ever giving this guy out, I would definitely put limits on it. I would limit it, as I said, to 1 time a day, or if you wanted to give charges, maximum 25, and I would make it not rechargeable, but that's me. So for once, I'm doing a look at a magic item that I genuinely wouldn't give out anymore. This would not appear at my table. In fact, none of my players has one of these. But still, I thought it was kind of an interesting idea, and I thought I'd share it with you. So let me know, have you ever given out a ring of jolting? And if so, did it work out well, or did it ruin your campaign? Let me know. Please put a comment below. Also, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Tell your friends about the channel. Let's keep it growing. Take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there. But that's all I've got to say today on page 121. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.